Okay, now that we got the bike good and hot, let's check the oil. With this, you always want to make sure it's at operating temperature before you check the oil. Make sure it's on the side stand. Now here's a trick with this one. This long old dipstick here wasn't right. So all the marking on there are kind of arbitrary. You need to put the correct amount of oil in there and just kind of remember where it's supposed to be. So for me, it's always just right below the add there. And so with these bikes, what's weird is if you do not want to overfill these, because they just puke oil all over inside your air filter there. But it's really easy to do, and then it foams like crazy. So this oil here, we're going to change it based mainly on time versus mileage. I think we got about 3,000 miles on this oil, so it's about time anyway. But yeah, so you want to for me it's right below that add there, and that should be like 3.75 quarts, and that's, if you put 4 in there, it'll poop some out, and then it'll even itself out to about 3.75. So the other reason I check it is because when I drain the oil, that's how we make sure we get it all out of there, because not all the time can you drain all the oil out. So sometimes you go to drain all the oil out, you'll only get, 2 whatever, maybe 3 quarts out. That's just kind of the way it is sometimes. So it's tricky, you know what I'm saying? So for ye old oil change, you're gonna need these tools right there-ish, plus some various ones. I like these socket Allen wrenches, so I can still use my situations. Small oil pan, don't need a big one. And what we're looking for under here is there are 2, let's see if we can get it better. There's 2 Allen head screw things, and we're going to take them off and drain the oil, and then oil filters on the other side. We'll get to that, but yeah, let's start here. Let me put on my G-Loves. Got my cardboard down. What's that thought? I remember them being 2 different sizes, because why not, you know? Apparently, add to the tool set 1 breaker bar. Damn. And the thing about these bolts is if you're looking in the owner's manuals and stuff, or the shop manuals, they'll tell you some ridiculous amount of torque for it. And you'll strip them. So when you're putting these back on, and because they really do tighten themselves good, so when you're putting it back on, then you're gonna get into a place you don't want to be. It's just an awful place to be. And I love drain plugs when it's just straight down like this. I love getting hot oil all over me. Big fan. Oop, or just dropping them in there. Also big fan. So this front one's the hot one. That's what magnetic pickup tools are for. Now, we're going to do the oil filter, which is right behind this bad mamma jamma. Let's bring it down to my level. Doo-doo-doo. Okay. Robot noises. No, too smart. Okay, hot. And check it out. Look how cute and little it is. Eee, look at it. Okay. Just kind of get under there and make sure the drips are still making it in, but I've got it as far over as I can. Because I'm lazy. I don't want to get another pan out. So we should be able to make it. One of the best things I ever bought was one of these. Makes my life so much easier. Recommend it highly. And they put this cute little drain spout on here because they knew it was going to be a huge pain in the ass, but no matter what, it's still a huge pain in the ass. Gets oil everywhere. Get one of my hot touch gloves here and a paper towel. See if we can't not start a fire. That just made it worse. Sick. See, we're all still learning. Okay, now that we have oil filter off, I'm just going to clean it up a little bit. Get some of this shit off before it gets too baked on there. Yeah, make sure there's no gasket left on there. I'm going to leave it off even after I get the the oil filter back on there, because I'm going to wait till the exhaust pipe cools to clean up down there. But now we got the brand new wick situation. You know what you're doing, put a little oil. This doesn't go in the engine. Don't even look at that. All I'm using this for is to lube the thing. Yeah, don't even eyeball that. I just have a couple quarts of just barely anything left in their oil, and I use them to get this gasket nice and wet before I put it on there. Get it good and tight, but not over tight. You know the drill. And then we'll come back after it's cooled down and we'll put oil in it. No reason to over tighten them. Let's see. Okay, so now I knew I had a some crush washers. I dug those things out, by the way, while you weren't looking. Figured you didn't need to see it. I mean, not that you didn't need to see it. You wouldn't give a shit. That's what I was looking for. I have just a cheap magnetic pickup tool I do it with. Sick. Just a new one of those. And then I'll meet you on the other side. Now, again with these, it's really important you don't over tighten it. So I'm going to set the old torque wrench for the back one at like 15. Ooh, bigger one. Because they really do tighten up as you go, as you drive. Okay. And for the front one, we'll do like 13. Because you saw how hard it was for me to get that off, so. After it's hot, we just retorque them. Okay. And then should be good to go. Cool. Now we just gotta add oil. Okay, so now we're gonna put in oil. I like this AMSOIL 100% synthetic V-twin 2050. Everybody's got their own thing, but just make sure somewhere on here it says wet clutch compatible. That's the most important part. Make sure it's a good quality oil too. Don't cheap out. When in doubt, don't cheap out. I don't know, I just made that up. Alright, let's take her for a ride and come back and check the oil. Check it when it's nice and hot. A tad below the add. I'm gonna add just a little more, I think. I'm gonna add like a quarter of a quart and we'll call it good. A little closer to the ad. Cool. I'll add a quarter of a quart and we're done.